All right, all right, all right. There he is, the one and only David Furones. How you doing, my man? Doing good?
I'm doing good. Yeah, counting down the days now as my summer break dwindles down to the last week and a half here before Dolphins training camp, and then we really get going.
What is it, like 18, 19 when the rookies report?
Oh, well, rookies will report the 16th, but
60.
yeah, but we don't have too much media availability over that. So then the next week, veterans report the 23rd, and then
And that's like the 24th or the 25th is when you start getting access, right?
Well, we might get some interviews that first report day. Sometimes they give us some veterans. Like last year, I think we got Xavier Howard that day, and then we kind of had it might have been Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard that day actually. I remember my first time on the beat. We had like Jerome Baker that day and someone else, Miles Gaskin. That was 3 years ago now. So they might line up a couple of interviews at the podium for us on the report day. And then, you have the first practice they have access to. Then by the time the weekend hits, then there's that first Sunday practice when the fans can access and you really get the environment there. That's always a great day. So, but yeah, it'll pick up here in about a week and a half.
Are you expecting the Tua contract to be done by training camp?
Man, I've been wanting to say that the whole time. I've been saying, yeah, before training camp, it'll get done. And then now that we're getting kind of down to the wire, I sort of worry. But, I mean, I think now at this point, both sides know just where their negotiating platform is. Maybe if there was some kind of caught off guard aspect to the Trevor Lawrence money that the Jacksonville Jaguars gave him. I think now that we've had enough time where that's been known. And so I feel like I want to say yes. I want to say yes, that the two sides will just find some common ground, get it done before training camp. And then there's everyone's just all happy and gets into training camp with that behind them. But there's always that possibility that it still doesn't get done. And then this trickles down into training camp.
Yeah, I'm getting a feeling that it's gonna come down to the wire there also. Yeah. I think it's one of those deals, but I think it might drag into the beginning of training camp.
Very possible, very possible. And then at that point,
first couple days, I could see where the talks heated up, but they're still posturing, and then as the media stuff crunch starts. And starts to build, it's like, all right, let's get it done and get it out of the way. And I think that eventually they get it done. But I think there's going to be a speed bump or two here. I was thinking, they'll get it done right before they start. No, I think I think what you didn't want is going to happen. You didn't want camp to start off with the controversy, but it's going to start with the controversy.
Yeah, there always are those speed bumps, like you said. And then, I mean, even going back to that first training camp I covered in 21, then that year was the Xavier Howard saga. And then he reports that day, that veterans report day, and comes out with the Instagram post announcing that he wants a trade. And so last year there was a Christian Wilkins deal, that the deal that obviously didn't get done. I mean, deal as in his whole saga with the team. So there's always going to be something, these speed bumps, and then sometimes it has the happy ending, like Xavier Howard did get his restructure that he wanted that year. Then he wanted a new one after that. So they got that taken care of twice there. Wilkins, of course, didn't get his long-term extension. So there's both sides of it. And I think with a quarterback, it's more likely that they'll want to get it done. I think the Dolphins have expressed that openly, that they do want to get it done. But, of course, Chris Grier is going to be prudent with his spending and make sure that he's not mortgaging the franchise's future. So it's a balance to play there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, man. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to make it happen. The other one is Tyreek Hill. Will Tyreek Hill produce another kid from now till training camp?
Now, all right, we only have the news.
You thought I was going to talk salary, didn't you, huh? You thought I was going to talk salary, huh? No. I mean, after the news comes out that it's been confirmed he's a father of another young girl, It's 3 kids now born, 3 different women between February 23rd and May 23rd. So, I'm starting to think that it was his wife that actually called the lawyers to instigate the divorce, but she's a ventriloquist, or she's like, she can sound like Tyreek. She does a good impression of Tyreek. And so she kind of like sounded like Tyreek and said, get the divorce rolling. I mean, this woman, are you really married if you're just having kids outside of your marriage? Like it's going out of style? I mean, this
So,
guy produces more kids than miners produce Bitcoin on a daily basis.
by the way, yeah, well, right before I got on, you flashed the shirt again, and then I should have known, because I was wondering myself when I got my first glance at you. Okay, Democrat, Republican, what else could it be? What could be the one that isn't scratched off? I should have known. Big. It was Bitcoin.
It's the only party that matters, bro. Really, the only party that matters. I keep telling everybody, you follow red, you follow blue, you're just a fool. You gotta follow orange, baby. You gotta follow Bitcoin. Come on, man.
Get yourself that green.
Yeah, exactly. You get the green. That's what I got. You can pick different colors. I said I got to pick green. Come on.
Of course.
It is what it is, actually. No, but it's a great shirt. It's fantastic, actually. So it equally pisses everybody else off and makes one group very happy.
The only group you care about, right?
Right now, that's the only party I care about. I certainly don't care about the other parties. That's for sure. No, but seriously, I mean, my man, wow, he's got an active sex life. He has no idea what a Trojan is.
Well, now I will give him the benefit of the doubt on this, in that so this baby would have been born May 2023. Conceived going back into 2022. So, and Tyreek Hill got married, of course, during the past season in November, the bye week, if I recall correctly. So,
but he was with her during that time.
Yeah, he was with her for sure. But I with Tyreek Hill and these scenarios, I think about it this way.
Wait, I'm sorry. As Sean correctly said, he was with her and he was with others too at the same time. I'm sorry.
Yes. we know. So with Tyreek Hill, I give him the benefit of the doubt on this. I lay it down with when
lay is the okay. Lay is the perfect word. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
When I lay it all out there, I look at it at okay. So
what does he? He lays it all out there, bro. He lays it all out there. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Whether it happened before or after that moment when he said, after that bye week, he said they got married and he said he's going to be a change.
By the way, as often as he has kids, it happens before and it happens after, by the way. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that already happened when he made that statement and put his foot down and said, all right, I'm going to be a changed man from now on. So this baby was born long before that. So now it's just, okay, now it comes out. So I'm sure they knew about it or knew of the possibility that he was the father when that first was going on. And then now, so if the baby comes out later on.
Right, so he's putting his foot down. He's stopping at 10 or 11 kids now is what you're saying. Okay, all right.
Right. Well, I mean, and if he gets to 12 and 13 with his wife, then, that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, then hopefully just we don't find out any more like later on in the season of a baby that was conceived when they were going through that semi pseudo divorce, and then and now another one pops up. So hopefully it's just
on a trip to Seattle, all of a sudden there's a baby in the Northwest. Yes, exactly. I get it.
Right. So hopefully for Tyreek Hill, we avoid that, and then we don't get into so much baby mama drama just after he made that statement. So that's just all I'm hoping for him. Anything that happened previously, it's already in the past. It happened.
Well, you must be the easiest wife to be married to, bro.
Well,
gotta say, I mean, I can tell you are a single man because let me tell you something.
I would have an issue with it.
I don't know how I don't know how his current wife is just like she walks around I mean, I get that she lives in luxury and all that, but like he's paying a lot of child support, man. Like a lot of child support. That man is gonna be so broke. It's not even funny. He just had these kids over the last 5, 7, 8 years. We're talking about, dude. He's on the hook for 18 years for all these
18
kids.
years. 18 years each one of them. So, and now he's making a lot of money, but I know there's percentages involved as well. You know, we could get a segment with Welt Rheaume actually to hopefully break it all down because I would be no expert in this field, but
there's taxes and these people like really charging a lot of taxes at that bracket. Woo, doggy, woo!
Tyreek Hill's already taxed a lot.
If you're over 400,000, yeah, baby, they're going after you. So yeah, that's a lot of taxes. What was that? That lowers the taxes the more kids you have? No, I don't think so. It does? It lowers it. Yeah, but you're still adding money.
Because there's only a certain percentage of your pay that goes to child support.
Bro, you're paying each of those kids and it's like 5, 10, 20,000 a month that you're giving for each kid, bro. It's a fortune.
Well, for him, yeah, but what I'm saying though is each time though, when you add another kid, it takes away from what you owe to, because now you've added another person.
Yeah, because you can't just keep adding on the same amount to every kid, and then eventually it's just well, you don't. That's more money than actually exists for you. So
well, you shouldn't keep sticking your pecker all over the place and producing.
It goes back to that foundational point.
I mean, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a combat helmet for a reason, dude. You know, like have you ever heard of pulling out, bro? Like something. I mean, like there's lots of techniques to avoid this. One is maybe stay with one woman because it's really expensive to have all that stuff. That is some crazy stuff. All right,
the expensive nature of it has been the motivation for me not to have a child as of yet, as of my 30 years on this planet, going on 30.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. It's the best thing you do. You don't get married until you have money to get married. And you certainly don't have a kid until you can guarantee that you're going to give that child everything that it needs, besides love and attention, but fiscally everything. If you cannot provide it, don't have it, man. Because that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem in our world. Too many kids are born, and the parents aren't really ready to commit completely to what you're supposed to do for the next 20 years, dude. Yeah. Really, it's lifetime, but the most important part is the first 20 years before you're like, maybe kicking them off the nest and saying, all right, let's go, fly, let's go. You're on your own, that kind of stuff. All right. Yeah. So
with just to wrap that up, also with the price of tuition, that's not these days, but then in 18 years, even more so. If you're getting your kids through college too, because there's one thing getting them through 18 years, but then if you're going to be the parent that gets them through college as well, then that's a whole nother ball game as well.
And let me tell you something, because Tyreek said something that unfortunately I have to say, I have to call out and say you're full of shit. But it sounds good for him because if that's what he wants to think. But after the whole thing about it, he was quoted as saying, it don't matter how many kids I have. A lot of people won't be able to say Tyreek don't take care of his kids though. Tyreek, you don't take care of your kids, my brother. You know why? In order to take care of 10 kids, you need to be in front of them every day to tell them that you love them. They need to be in the same home when they come home, that they see their father. You don't have to play toys with them every day, but you get to kiss them goodnight. You get to have a small conversation with him. You might be able to drop him off in school. That's unfortunately, he thinks writing a check means that he supported all those kids. No, man, those kids need a father and a mother. That's how it's supposed to be. And the father and the mother are supposed to be there emotionally and physically and fiscally and every single day. If you're only filling the column of fiscally, and will you visit with them every month or something, or every 2 months or whatever? Because there's no way he lives with all his baby mamas. There's no way he sees all of his kids every day. So whether you're Adrian Peterson or whether you're Scott Skiles or whether you're any of these guys that have had 4,000 kids with different women, you have already failed as a father because you are not in every single household every single day. And that's what a real father is. A real father is the one that's there for the child at any time, at any moment. My daughter can text me at any moment to reach me. She will see me today like she has seen me for 24 years, every single freaking day, unless I go out of town for a day or two or a week or whatever. But outside of that, I'm in her life every day. That's not what Tyreek is doing. And that's where, you can tell his disconnect of what a real father is supposed to be. And if he thinks just writing a check is a real father, he has no idea what he just said, because it doesn't mean shit.
You spread yourself thin. You spread yourself thin when you have that many kids to look after.
Yeah, of course. There's no way you can really be a good father for all of them, unfortunately. All right, so does Tyreek get more child support money this offseason from the Miami Dolphins?
Okay, yeah. So we do bring it around to the money. Well,
Segway king, baby. Come on.
you are.
Let's go. 34 years at this. Come on, we can do this. We do this shit blindfolded every day, man. And we don't take 8-minute commercial breaks to do 8-minute segments. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyreek.
I do think the Dolphins like the flexibility of the no guaranteed money going into the following season, going to 2025 after this year. Now, I mean, it's just also at the end of the day, he is such a vital part of this offense. It's his own production, and then also the threat of his production that opens up things for everything else, and in the run game, and of course the run game is at the foundation of the offense itself, with how Mike McDaniel runs the outside zone, gets defenses to overcommit, and then gets other things going off of that. Sure, but having a player of the ability of Tyreek Hill is so vital, and has been so vital to quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's development as well. Yeah, I mean, but eventually that day is going to come, and now he is in his 30s, and obviously has had some off the field headlines, not in the form of anything so criminal that's going to have him facing jail time, but
by the way, you said vital part. He's also a vital part to adding to our population.
Right. Exactly.
Which is a problem, by the way. We do need to produce more kids. And I guess Tyreek Hill, he figures other people aren't producing kids. Millennials and Gen Zs are not big into having kids right now, as I'm talking to one right now. So he figures, well, let me make up for some of these people that aren't, really producing kids, like David Furones. So let me produce other kids. So, he is a vital part in a way to the United States population issue, because China's not producing kids. It's been a problem. Italy is not producing any kids. Italy's population is maybe one of the oldest, if not the oldest, in the world. They have no young people in that country. They're recruiting young people. They're giving them houses and stuff if they'll come and start their careers there and stuff. So, Tyreek Hill is very vital to the population growth. Just want you to know that.
Yeah. Well, between myself and Tyreek Hill, then we average about five kids.
Yeah, it's the give and take. Yeah. David Furones produces nothing. Tyreek Hill overproduces, so it kind of we for every David Furones, we need a Tyreek.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I
I also produce 0 receiving yards for the Miami Dolphins, and he produces 1,799 just last season. So if you take the average too, then we're almost a 1,000 yard receiving combination there.
Exactly, it's all balancing out, man. I mean, really, it's just a beautiful thing how it balances out, bro.
I'd love to take the average of our salaries too. If we could split those, I'd love that as well.
Listen.
Even if he's upset with his number, I'd love that.
Just give me the child support, bro. That's all I want. I don't need his salary. Okay. I just want the child support, bro. I know me, my wife can live, and my 4 dogs, bro. We can live like kings just with the child support. That's all I want. I don't need his salary. No. Just give me the child support. What, I'm 57? Give it to me for the next 18 years. Okay? That'll take me to, like 75. Hey, bro. I'll take his child support for 10 kids. Just give me a couple of the child support payments right there. I'm good. I'm set, bro. Beautiful. Oh. Yeah,
this has been a fun segment.
Well, it's the off season. We've got to reach. We've got to reach.
We got to tie it. We got to tie it all together.
Okay, so how will you match it in the paper in the Sun Sentinel? What are you working on?
Okay. So we got our countdown to camp series going on. So the first one just came out, which was Tua Tagovailoa and his contract negotiations, how it could affect on-field play potentially. So weighing that out. Got that one out first, just in case if something develops as we do count down to camp. So we have that covered now, and I've also worked on some of the key position battles for the Dolphins this training camp. So we'll be looking at that beforehand, and I got some others coming out over the weekend. One of them being. What was I doing? Dolphins newcomers on defense, who will have the biggest impact. So that'll be the one that follows after that. So keep an eye out for those.
All right, let's go. All right, get to it. You got a lot of work. You got to start producing a kid before the season starts. So
I'm just producing content.
Get to work. Follow him on Twitter at @DavidFurones_ and subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. If enough of you subscribe, maybe he'll produce a kid. Who knows? That way we'll have a next generation writer for the Miami Dolphins and the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You too.
You got it. There you go. David Furones and Welt Rheaume. Hey, man, it is storm season, hurricane season, whatever it is, because, everybody lazily just talks about hurricanes, but it could be a windstorm. It could be, gale force winds come through 40 mile an hour winds and up already start causing roof damage. So if you start noticing those little brown spots and you're like, wait a minute, do I have a leak? Welt Rheaume can send their adjusters to make sure. See if you have a leak and you think, hey, man, I need a new roof. So have the adjusters look at it. They'll tell you if you have a case, because maybe there was a wind event, maybe there was a water event, maybe you live in a condo and a pipe burst, whatever it is, and the water went into your house. We've had listeners that's happened to them where they live in a condo, townhouse or condo, and the neighbor's pipe is broken and then the water was leaking all over, or from the top to the bottom, car accidents, truck accidents. You guys have called for all kinds of different things to Welt Rheaume. Bankruptcy now. We've got folks that have called for bankruptcy in the last year because unfortunately things are so tough. A lot of folks have gone into their savings account. Some people have gone into their 401ks. I know things are tough, man. Call Welt Rheaume if you're having, credit card issues. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646 for Welt Rheaume.
This is the Big O Show.